Welcome back to another daily walk. And wow, is it cold! It's actually, you might even see a few snowflakes here and there. I'm not sure there's enough to show up on the camera, but it is actually snowing a little bit right now, which is kind of cool. Actually, it's very cool. But I want to talk today on our daily walk about consumerism. And particularly this is important because it's in the middle of the Christmas season. And I want to encourage people to stop worrying so much about the hustle and the bustle of the Christmas shopping and all of the things that deal with consumerism, and focus instead on Christ. Now, I am not an advocate of saying that this is Christ's birthday, but I have no problem with saying this is the day that we have chosen to celebrate the birth of Christ. That's no problem to me. And what I, though, want to encourage people to do during this Christmas time is to not be so focused on the ads, not be so focused on the sales, not be so focused on the consumerism, because what we really need to do is focus instead on Christ. Remember that Paul says that the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. Of course, that has more to do with making in money more than anything else. But James also says that if any man loves the world, the love of the... I think it's John, actually. If any man loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. And James had to say, you adulteresses, do you not know that friendship with this world is hostility toward God? Now, there's some of the context in those verses actually have a lot more to do with the culture and buying into the culture of the world. But part of our culture in the Western world, at least, is a deep, deep focus on following the marketing and following the businesses and following the strategies of that. And honestly, what that means in the terms of Christmas is that just means buying more stuff and buying more presents. One friend of mine said once that he just wished everyone in his family would just stand in a circle. They all reach into their wallets, they'd grab a 20 and they'd pass it to the guy on the left, and in which case that just means, that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, sometimes we get so focused on the giving of the gifts that we don't stop and think about the purpose behind it. Why are we buying gifts? Is it just because it's Christmas and you have to buy gifts for people that you love? Is that the case? Well, if that's why you're doing things, then you've totally missed the purpose of what the Christmas holiday is all about. It is about the ultimate gift, the gift of Christ. It is about the three magi giving the gifts of frankincense, gold, and myrrh. It is about loving the people around us in the cause of Christ. That's really what Christmas is. And when we take consumerism to its nth degree, where everything we're doing is simply buying and buying and buying and buying, we become divorced with the entire purpose of the holiday. So I encourage you this Christmas season, slow down a little bit. Just slow down a little bit. You don't have to buy Christmas cards and send out Christmas cards. You don't have to attend every one of these Christmas holiday parties you get invited to. You don't have to do all of these things that culture says to do. Slow down a little bit and reflect on the season. And what I have found as I've converted my life into minimalism is I care less and less about the worldly stuff, the physical stuff. I've gotten rid of nearly everything in my life that was merely a distraction. And I look down and go, man, all that stuff took a lot of time. And it took a lot of not just space in the house, but emotional space as well. All of those things. And I stopped focusing on stuff. And I've never really been seriously focused on stuff. But I've gotten rid of even that little bit of focus that I've had. And as I got rid of that focus on stuff, what I started to see is you start to seeing the world, you start to see the love, you start to see the people around you a whole lot more than when you're just focused on buying the next thing. Because as Solomon observed in Ecclesiastes, the writing of many books wears a man out. It never ends, and that's the same thing with buying stuff. But the thing is that the businesses in our world, they just want us to keep us moving from one advert to another, one product to another, the latest expansion. This is my biggest problem with Hollywood right now. I have not seen a new concept for a movie in a long time. Everything is just a rehash of what they know is going to sell. It's the safe route. It's going to be, we're going to do another Star Wars. We're going to do another X-Men. We're going to do another Marvel comic, another DC comic. Why can we not come up with a good story these days? I haven't seen one in a long time. Because they're just trying to say, they realize that if there's a fan base out there, like take Star Wars for example, there's a fan base out there. Sorry for the wind. You take the fan base out there, so like the Star Wars fan base, anything they release with Star Wars, there's going to be a percentage of their population they know for a fact they're going to sell X number of units. So it's a safe bet to just milk it and milk it and milk it and milk it. And that's what our world has become. It's become so focused on adverts and consumerism and buying stuff and having the latest. And the businesses are interested in making us discontent until we have their thing. But then once we buy their thing, the buzz lasts for such a short time, and then they make us discontent with the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And I want to encourage you to not be so focused on consumerism and instead focus on the people around you, focus on the world, focus on the love, focus on Christ. Focus on those things that are important, not the things that are just out there, not the things that take up our money and take up our space and take up our time. Learn to appreciate the time you have with the people that you have. So that's what I wanted to say on this short daily walk. So thank you for watching. Once again, if you would like to help support what we're doing, check out ourwalkinchrist.com/support. I have some books available over there. If you'd like to look into buying those books, you can get them on Amazon around the world. You can get them on CreateSpace around the world, and from my site at ourwalkinchrist.com in the United States. So thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoy your daily walk in the Lord.